Hi, my name is Joshua Brown from the interview training company howtobecome.com, and in this presentation I will teach you how to pass your NHS Band 6 interview. So if you have an NHS Band 6 interview coming up and you need to prepare for both the most common and tough competency interview questions for an NHS Band 6 role, then please make sure you watch this video from start to finish, because I'm going to help you to stand out and succeed. To achieve that goal, this is what I'll cover. I'll start off by giving you a list of NHS Band 6 interview questions that I strongly recommend you prepare for. I'll provide you with example high scoring answers to those questions to help you to succeed. I'll also make sure to give you some essential tips for passing your NHS Band 6 interview before finally telling you how you can download further resources including all of the answers to help you to prepare. And just very quickly, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because I want to help you to pass your NHS Band 6 interview, and I can only do that if you are subscribed. And please don't forget to hit that like button, because this tells me you find these tutorials useful. Okay, let's take a look at that first NHS interview question that I recommend you prepare for, which is, why do you want to work for the NHS Band 6? Or sometimes it's phrased as, tell us why you have applied for this job. Now, the NHS is one of the best organisations we have, yet working in the NHS can be very challenging. Therefore, the hiring manager will want to know that you have genuine reasons for wanting to work in this Band 6 role, including that you want to make a difference in other people's lives, that you want to be in an ever-changing and innovative environment, and that you also want to be in a role that you enjoy facing and overcoming challenges. That's really important. They're also going to want to know that you want the extra responsibility that comes with a Band 6 role, and that you also want to exercise and develop your communication and leadership skills further. That's really important if you want this Band 6 role. So let's take a look at a great example answer to help you. Why do you want to work for the NHS Band 6? I want to spend my working life making a difference in the world. I'm a great admirer of the National Health Service, and I cannot think of a more worthwhile organisation to devote my career to. I know I'm not alone when I say I've witnessed firsthand the tireless efforts and exemplary care you provide at no cost. It would be an honour and a joy to work for an organisation that must continuously alter, adapt and respond to external forces while still inspiring and growing its employees. In regards to this Band 6 role, I'm very aware of the elevated degree of responsibility that comes along with a Band 6 position. Nevertheless, I'm eager to take on further responsibility, and I'm confident in my capacity to handle these responsibilities given the years I've spent working towards this objective, as well as the knowledge, experience and interpersonal and clinical abilities I have honed throughout my career with the NHS. I have a wealth of experience in caring for patients and assisting co-workers with their own professional growth. I'm a proactive and organised worker who can maintain a high standard of service despite a large volume of patients. I feel this role will be a perfect match to utilise my communication and leadership skills further. I will lead by example in committing to the success and advancements of my field at this NHS Trust. In this Band 6 role, I'll do my utmost to uphold the NHS's values and high standards while making full use of my many capabilities in my interactions with patients and co-workers. Wow, that's a brilliant way to answer that question. Why do you want to work for the NHS Band 6? Or sometimes it could be phrased as, tell us why you've applied for this job. Let's move on to the next NHS Band 6 interview question I recommend you prepare for, and that is, a member of your team who you are supervising is frequently late for their shift. How would you handle this? Now, a Band 6 role comes with more responsibility, and you will need to demonstrate that you can handle this in your answer. So make sure that you show that you would take action and you wouldn't let the situation drag on. You must also show that you're compassionate and that you will check that your colleague is okay. There could be a sensitive reason that they are being late frequently. You'll also need to utilise HR and ensure that the best practices would be followed. It's really important that you would handle this by the book. So let's take a look at a brilliant example answer to help you. A member of your team whom you are supervising is frequently late for their shift. How would you handle this? Here we go. I am the type of employee that grasps the nettle. In other words, I don't shy away from difficult situations and I will tackle them right away instead of leaving issues to fester. In this instance, throughout the entire process, I would regularly liaise with human resources to ensure the best practice and company policies were being followed by myself when handling the situation, whilst always keeping my manager well informed of what was happening. My first course of action would be to invite my colleague to have a discussion in private. I would initially take a point of handling the situation delicately, as I would be unaware of my colleagues' personal circumstances. In the event that they were struggling outside of work, I would see it as my responsibility as their supervisor to help them in any way I could at work in order to resolve the situation. In the event that they did not provide any reasonable explanation for their lateness, or the issue persisted to the point that it could impact patient care, then I would remind my colleague of the obligations listed in their contract and explain that further action may be taken. I consider myself to be a considerate, compassionate and personal person who gets on with everyone. However, my priority would always be the care of the patient, and I'm not afraid to tackle difficult situations whenever they arise. Now don't go anywhere, as I still have more interview questions and answers to give you, but when you're ready, click that link in the top right hand corner. It will take you through to my website, howtobecome.com, where you can download my 21 NHS Band 6 interview questions and answers for all job roles in the NHS to give you the edge in your interview, including the ones we're covering right now. Okay, here's the next question for you. What are the 6 C's, and which one do you feel is the most important in this NHS role? Knowing what the 6 C's are is vital to a Band 6 role. The hiring manager will want to know that you are not only aware of them, but you also understand them. Therefore, make sure you have an answer to which one you think is key to your role. So let's take a look at an example answer where I demonstrate that for you. What are the 6 C's, and which one do you feel is the most important to this NHS role? When utilised together, the 6 C's help guarantee that patients always receive optimal care. There are 6 C's: care, compassion, competence, communication, courage and commitment. Despite the fact that I believe that they are all equally essential, if I had to select one alone, it would be competence. Without competence, a healthcare professional would not be capable of carrying out their job effectively, which would essentially make the other 5 C's superfluous. Competence is defined as performing everything professionally, diligently and in accordance with the needed training standards and procedures. Now that's a brilliant answer to that question that is going to impress the hiring manager. Let's take a look at the next NHS Band 6 interview question, which is: describe a time when a patient's family was dissatisfied with the care or treatment you provided. How did you respond to the criticism? Wow, this is a really tough one. So it's really important to show that you will never react negatively when patients or their families share concerns or dissatisfaction in some way. Instead, show that you'll handle the situation in a positive way. Make sure you showcase that you have great communication skills, you learn from experiences and you take responsibilities. Remember, you must put the needs of the NHS and its patients above your own. So let's take a look at a really good answer to this question. Describe a time when a patient's family was dissatisfied with the care or treatment you provided. How did you respond to the criticism? In my previous role, overseeing the care provided on a geriatric ward, a concern was brought to me by one of my patient's children. She was dissatisfied with the number of visits I had made to her elderly mother and believed that I should be monitoring her progress more regularly. I listened carefully to her concern and understood that her complaint was motivated by her concern for her mother. I handled the matter sensitively, ensuring I fully addressed her concern to the best of my ability. I explained that whilst her mother was primarily in my care, I had instructed other equally capable colleagues to monitor her throughout the day. She understood and explained that she was unaware of this and apologised for the misunderstanding. This experience further taught me the value of effective and open communication between healthcare professionals and patients' loved ones. Okay, the next question is, what does compassionate care mean, and how would you deliver it in this Band 6 role? Compassion is essential for not only reassuring and comforting the patient, but it's needed so you can obtain the right information to assess a patient's condition and create a suitable treatment plan that is appropriate and effective. So don't forget to also tell the hiring manager you will demonstrate compassion in the role. That's really important. Don't forget to say that. So here's a brilliant example answer to help you. What does compassionate care mean, and how would you deliver it in this Band 6 role? A healthcare worker's compassion is crucial not only for the patient's emotional well-being, but also for the accurate assessment of the patient's condition and the development of a successful treatment plan. Encouraging gestures, demonstrating to the patient that you understand what they're going through, assuring them they're getting the best quality treatment possible, and patiently addressing any concerns they may have are all ways in which healthcare professionals may show compassion. A patient's therapy and rehabilitation can be enhanced by the presence of a supportive individual who is willing to listen to their concerns and experiences. As a healthcare worker, I would express compassion by maintaining a pleasant demeanour at all times, actively listening to the patient whenever they spoke, and offering comfort in moments of crisis. Furthermore, I would make a significant effort to treat patients with dignity and respect by following common courtesies like knocking before entering a patient's room and respecting their privacy whenever possible. It's always been my aim, when working in the NHS, to help rehabilitate people and make people's lives better, and that is driven by the compassion I have to help others. Now, in preparation for your NHS Band 6 interview, I also recommend you prepare answers to the following questions. How do you handle stress of working in the role and all that comes with the job? What NHS values will you demonstrate in this Band 6 role? Where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? What is your biggest weakness? What are your main strengths that will help you to be competent in this Band 6 role? Do you prefer working as part of a team, or are you better working alone? What parts of this Band 6 position will you find most enjoyable, and which parts will be the most challenging? How do you deal with conflict with a co-worker? As you're aware, this role is extremely demanding and challenging. Tell me about a situation when you had to work hard to achieve a difficult task whilst working under pressure. Describe a time when you managed multiple tasks all at once. What type of leader are you? Can you give an example of when you've demonstrated a commitment to quality of care? Describe a time when you have shown flexibility. How would you demonstrate effective leadership in this Band 6 position? Now, if you would like to download the example answers to all of those questions, plus all of the toughest NHS Band 6 interview questions, please make sure you click that button in the top right hand corner of this video right now. Head through to my website, howtobecome.com, where you can download these slides and get access to 21 NHS Band 6 interview questions and high scoring answers to each question in a PDF guide. You can literally have access and the slides within your inbox within 2 minutes from now, and it's guaranteed to help you prepare effectively for your interview and also, more importantly, put you ahead of the competition. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Please don't forget to subscribe, as I'm on a mission to help as many people as possible pass their job interviews, and I can only do that if you are subscribed. And please also hit that like button, because that encourages me to make more videos like these. And if you have any questions regarding any job interview, please also feel free to put these in the comment section below, where I'll get back to you. And finally, if you'd like to connect with me on LinkedIn, I've put my LinkedIn link in the description below. It's always great to connect with like-minded professionals such as yourself. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you all the best for your interview. Have a brilliant day.